What is up YouTube? This is AVAULT here, back in today with you guys another new Speed Duel deck profile video. Now if you guys seen the Damage Step Warriors versus the classic, I guess, from last meta, Hidden Parasite Gravekeepers Speed Duel match, here is the deck profile of what I've used in that duel right here. So I'm really excited to showcase you guys, and as promised, the deck profile video is right here. And as always, we always have to do a quick card sleeve review. This is the first time showcasing this card sleeve right here. This is God Phoenix Gearfried. And I decided to use this sleeve since we're playing warriors, and this monster is kind of like the boss of the fire warriors lately. And for those who don't know what this card is, this card was supposed to be released for regular Yu-Gi-Oh TCG. Not supposed, but it was released in the OCG as the Phoenix Gearfried / Gemini structure deck, which is like the structure deck reloaded version, or reloaded version of the Gearfried Gemini structure deck that came out a long time ago. And really unfortunate, we haven't even received that deck for TCG yet. So I'm just really wondering what's going on, and I really hope TCG releases that structure deck for us soon, but they kind of skipped over it even, I feel like. So I'm not sure what's going on really, but you know, here's a sleeve of this card right here. I just really want to share with you guys, and if you guys are interested in some of these sleeves, and this exact sleeve is on the AVAULT eBay store, so be sure to check out in the description down below if you guys are interested in purchasing one for yourselves. Then these are really exclusive and hard to get now from now already, so be sure to get them while supplies last as well. So quick shout out over there. But anyways, as always, we're starting with our skill. We have Switcheroo. This skill is just standard. I explained that how the skill and the deck don't interact too much together, unlike you know, Cocoon of Ultra Evolution, which basically intertwines and combos together, where the the core cards of the deck and the skill heavily rely on each other to really pop off. Switcheroo is a very good standalone skill, and the deck, the whole deck itself can actually function even without a skill. So the skill is just really giving it an additional flair and an additional alternative, just for a little bit to give like a helping hand overall. So you guys know, you guys saw the thumbnail. It is sort of like a supposedly like a Don Zalug focus type of deck, and I do want to do a Don Zalug deck since it did came out in Trials of the Kingdom. We did play this card in one of our previous deck profiles, which is the hand destruction one. If you guys haven't seen it, be sure to check that out as well. But Don Zalug is it's okay. It's a decent card. It's not the greatest because of its stats, but its effect is actually quite nice. You know, getting to discard a card off your opponent's hand, or milling 2 cards on the top of your opponent's deck to the graveyard really depletes the resources very quickly, and really doesn't allow them to play. So when Don Zalug really pops off, it just gets really strong. But anyways, this is sort of a whole warrior type of deck, a little bit similar to the Blade Knight from last meta, but a little bit of like an updated or different version that I just wanted to have fun with when we're playing against the matchup. So we do play 3 Command Knights. Command Knights is essential because it basically boosts up Don Zalug, making it at least 1800 attack, much more powerful. We do play our double Blade Knights right here. We don't need 3 anymore because this deck focuses more on Don Zalug once I did, like I mentioned. You guys can play Gearfried. I know Gearfried is much more powerful and much more stronger card right now in the meta, but we felt like Blade Knight was just more proper for this deck since it combos well with Kunai with Chain. And if you play Kunai with Chain and Gearfried, the Iron Knight together at the same time, it gets a little bit difficult since it can't be equipped. Interestingly, which we didn't get to showcase in our actual duel video, we play like a mini zombie package right here. We do play 1 Zombina, and actually we also play 1 Vampire Lord. And since we're playing only 1 of this, it's not surprising that we didn't even get to draw into it in the whole duel. But we did play 1 Vampire Lord because it just works out very well when you're fighting against or playing against anyone who uses Floodgate. You know, you contribute your, you know, rather than having them render your monster useless completely and face down, you can at least tribute 1 of them to bring out Vampire Lord to sort of like regain your advantage from there instead. And Vampire Lord is still really decent to have. So that rounds off for the monsters actually. And we're gonna move on to the traps. So we're actually not playing any spells in this deck at all. So 10 monsters, and we're also gonna be playing 10 traps. And this is why it's called the Damage Step deck. So you guys can see we have 3 Kunai with chains. They all work well with all our monsters. They equip to them, gaining 500 attack. You can use that during the damage step to really surprise your opponent. But to even take that even further and even spice it up even more, we're playing 3 reinforcements, which also increases attack during the damage step to really outplay your opponent. You guys can saw how many damage step cards we were playing in that Speed Duel match against the Gravekeepers, and we were outplaying them. Not really outplaying, but we were really surprising them there, and they were really unexpecting it, because like even for Zombina, we were powering her up with reinforcements, and they attacked with Ambusher, Gravekeeper Ambusher, and end up having destroying their own monster in the field, and they're taking damage. So that's sort of how you gain the advantage overall. So with like 6 different cards that can basically increase damage. I kind of want to add even more attack increases. You guys can add Energy Drain, I believe. That card also came out in Trials of the Kingdom, but it's kind of more situational depending on the number of cards your opponent has on their hand, so it's not as great. But these are flat out damage increases. I think even Power Up or Low Blow would be a decent skill to come with this deck. But anyways, best trap in the game, definitely must add 2 Floodgates and then also 2 Dust Tornadoes to remove back rolls. Anyways, so the whole idea of this deck is really, like I mentioned, to basically utilize the damage step over and over again to bow into your opponent. When you know, there are often many times when you attack into your opponent's monster, they would use Kunai with Chain, and most of the time to basically during the damage step to increase their monster's attack by 500 to overcome yours, and yours end up being destroyed. So now in this case, you can easily use let's say you attack, they attack into your monster. You can use Kunai with Chain on the damage step. Let's say they use a Kunai with Chain as well, and then you might have a Reinforcements or another Kunai with Chain to surprise them to basically outplay from there. Maybe this deck is much better from the previous meta, honestly I think, but it still worked out pretty well since we played against a Hidden Parasite Gravekeeper deck. So really just for fun. So now moving on to the side deck, of course we do play one more Floodgate and one more Dust Tornado, just depending on the matchup. If we really need to stop their monsters because it's just way too powerful, we have to render them down, face down to be useless, and also Dust Tornado just for more extra back row removal. Now next we're actually playing 2 Bashing Shields right here, because most of our monsters in our deck are basically normal summoned / set from before. The only special summoning we only get is really from Zombina, nothing else. So then we can easily play Bashing Shield to increase all our monsters' attack to be much more threatening and powerful depending on the situation. So sometimes it's very easy swaps. You know, we can swap out 1 Reinforcement and 1 Kunai to add 2 Bashing Shields if you guys want. Maybe take out Vampire and Vampire Lord or Zombina even. You know, switch it all around if you guys want, but you know, to really add up attack and attacking power overall. Next we do play 1 Blast Hellbite Tribute. You guys can see how important this card is, especially when it's against Gravekeepers or any tribute type of decks. Basically it just turns the entire game around for us, and we basically win the game from there as well. And then last but not least, the Waking Dragon, and basically we do get into an extra deck, which is standard as always. You guys can see with our extra decks monsters right here, but I'm just going to show you guys as always the extra deck monsters I played, just to be suitable for different situations depending on what we need. And yeah, that basically rounds off this entire deck profile right here. Once again, keep in mind guys, this is more a little bit of a casual deck, nothing too competitive lately we've been doing. The competitive meta is fairly stale ever since the Trials of the Kingdom. Honestly, because I mean, it's been quite a while between the sets that are coming out, but you know, we are in April or May by now, and we're getting very close to getting that new set coming up very soon. So I'm really excited for those new starter decks, and you know, I really hope those 2 sets, or those 2 decks will bring the hype back up for Speed Duels. It has been a little bit more dry lately, and I don't want Speed Duels to basically lose traction because of this. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the deck profile. Use mine as the base. What do you comment down below what you guys think about this sort of like cheesy damage step that Warriors deck you guys think? And yeah, definitely let me know. And if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to hit that like button, be sure to subscribe to the AVAULT channel for more awesome Yu-Gi-Oh TCG and Speed Duel content that we focus on here. This is the perfect place to visit, and all your needs and all knowledge you guys require for Speed Duels, whether if it's for beginners, competitive players, meta players, and all that, and casual players as well. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I would really appreciate it if you guys could recommend the channel to any of your friends, family, siblings that are also interested in Speed Duels. Be sure to have them check out the AVAULT channel as well. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. You guys have a great day, great night, wherever you are. This is AVAULT signing